Okay, I can't tell you how many times I've tried to upload this video and do this video. Uh, okay, so I'm just gonna do it like this. So, all right, so I'm just gonna give you a background. So I had two visions. This happened February 10th, 2010. I'll never forget that day, ever. So I, the reason why, I ended up having this. Uh, the reason why I ended up having these visions was because I said, God, I was like, I can't do this anymore. You know, I was in a relationship, and I'm just gonna tell you, like, I idolized her. I was head over heels for this girl. I was, a stick in the mud. I was spitting, uh, and she was playing quarterback. She was keeping her options open, if you know what I mean. And I ended up walking in on a situation and tore me up. So during this period, uh, I was trying to win her back. I don't know why in my head I thought about trying to win her back, trying to get her back, but the devil had a hold of me. I idolized her, and the thing is like it's not that I did know God, but not to the extent of what our relationship is now. And I was, boy, I was a fool. I was a fool. Uh, so, oh, by the way, if you guys hear any dogs or any alarms or sirens and stuff like that going off, excuse me. A lot of fire alarms, not fire alarms, but fire trucks and that type of thing. But okay, so I was head over heels for this girl, and I was heartbroken. I was trying to win her back. I was doing everything. Like I would pay for her lunch, her dinner. I would, take her out. Take her and her friend out. We would, I would drive her to the school that we were going to. Uh, you know, bring her coffee, check on her, let her use my car whenever she needed to use my car. Uh, Even though she was, telling me that she wasn't with dude or whatever, but you know, I was like, Lord, I didn't know what to do. And at the time, I was staying with my best friend, um, and him and his wife, and I was sleeping on their couch. I ended up losing my place, my house, not my house, but my apartment at the time, um, because I got sick. Like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't work. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't function. Like she had me locked up. She had me locked up good, and I didn't know how to get through the day. I was taking sleeping pills, uh, broke out in hives. Uh, I was depressed. And I avoid that word like the plague. Depression and anxiety because I don't want to ever give anything in life. I don't want those demons to ever think they have a grasp on me. And also too as well, like I let God take care of it. Whenever depression or anxiety or any of that type of stuff like tries to come at me, like I start praying, I'm like, Lord, take care of this because these folks trying to do things that they have no business trying to do. Just flex that authority on them. So I was depressed, anxious, anxiety. I was down. I was so sad. And finally, I was like, Lord, like I need you to handle this. I was heartbroken, and I wasn't functioning on any level. Now I look back and I'm like, boy, what was wrong with you? Get your life together. Now looking back with wisdom and discernment and the grace of God, like I was a fool on so many levels. Idolatry will get you killed. Like the enemy will use any type of snare to get you. So I wanted her back, and I was praying. I was like, Lord, 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 please, 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 you know, help me, help me. I can't do this. Anything I'm doing, I'm messing it up. Obviously, what my way of doing things, like I've tried every way that I could think of. You know, I was in a cloud, I was in a fog, and what's funny is when I told him to take over. This is I'll jump it. Well, I'm just gonna just tell the vision. So as I'm sitting there and I'm on my knees and I'm praying, and the sunlight starts coming into the room, and all of a sudden this vision appears. The first vision, you know, it goes by, and I'm just like I'm blinking my eyes like this, like what the like what is this? Because up until this point, I had dreams. I've never had a vision. Never had visions. But I would dream. God would send me dreams. So it's cold out here. Uh, the first vision goes by. He doesn't want me to tell that vision, but he wants me to tell the second vision because the second vision, they're both the same. They're both the same. So this happened February 10, 2010. So as I'm sitting there and I'm praying, all of a sudden I see this beautiful land. Like this land is beautiful. Like luscious. Like if this is what Garden Eden looked like, wow. 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 I mean, every hue of beautiful color you can think of. This is what this field was. I tried to find pictures on the videos that I was trying to upload it, but obviously sabotage. But nothing did it justice of like what this vision looked like. I'll be honest with you. Like when God creates, you know, you there's nobody touching him. So as I'm looking at this lush, beautiful field in front of me in my vision, uh, I see two beautiful monarch butterflies, black and orange. They're flying together. They're going to the flowers together. Doop 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 doop. You know, coercing together, and all of a sudden, they're talking. And this is the reason why I gave you the background of this because when I saw this vision, I thought it was God bringing me back together with Nikki. Oops, I shouldn't have said her name. Either way, it doesn't matter. You don't know who I'm talking about. Hopefully she don't either. Hopefully she don't see this, whatever. I was going to delete that, but whatever. I'm tired of going back and forth with that. Okay, so wanted to be back with her and all this other stuff like that and everything, right? And when this vision happened, you know, the butterflies are flying, so the other butterfly decides it wants to go to the right. Okay? So the other butterfly on the left is like, you know, type of thing. Like, where are you going? But the other butterfly on the right takes off. It goes right. And as it's flying, the butterfly on the right is flying. It meets up with another butterfly. And then those two butterflies go with a whole bunch of other butterflies. And they're just having fun together, flying together. Well, the butterfly on the left saw the butterfly on the right and it's like, okay, and it flies left. But as it flies left, the view kind of opens up on the beautiful land. And you see this butterfly on the left pass these huge feet. And as it passes these huge 2 feet, I mean, huge, excuse me, um, it goes into this church. And as it's in this church, it just stays there. And kind of goes in and out around the church and everything and flies around or whatever. So I'm like, okay. Well, then the other butterfly on the right is still having a good time, over here. But then all of a sudden, you see a plague hit. Like it's black locust, it's lice. It's basically the 10 plagues. It's basically like what it looks like. It hits and it destroys all these butterflies. Like it goes in and like you just see the trees, the nectar, the flowers, the pretty landscape just get devoured. These locusts, this plague destroys everything. And as it's destroying everything, the orange butterfly is like, oh snap. On the right orange butterfly that's over here, it starts flying. Well, suddenly the butterfly on the left decides to go past, it leaves the church, then goes past the big feet, and it ends up meeting the other butterfly in the middle. And they kind of talk for like a second. You can kind of see like they're talking, and then all of a sudden, like you could tell, like the butterfly on the left sees the plague coming, like he sees it, and he's like, "Follow me." So as they follow, so both the butterflies fly left. As this happens, sirens. I told y'all, when y'all start hearing sirens, that's the alarm in the spirit. It's another thing that's going on. But back to this. So, y'all, this thing is all crooked and stuff like that. Gotta say something to me. Growing my hair longer. My hair's gotten. So, when that happens, like, the whole view just, like, kind of blows up. And the big feet that the left butterfly had gone, now both of the butterflies are flying. They're both flying past the big feet. It blows up and it's this huge, big statue of Jesus Christ. And when I'm having this vision, I'm pretty sure like when I saw it, I was like, is that Jesus? I was like, that's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, that's huge. And I was like, Jesus is big. That's what I'm thinking in my head. And all of a sudden, as we pass him, he blows this huge, huge wind. I mean, a wind that you've never seen, witnessed, heard, ever. Like I'm seeing this play out of it. He blows it, and as he blows it, he demolishes that plague like it was nothing. Like they disintegrated, just blew them all away, and they were gone, just like that. And the two butterflies flew into the church, and it blows up even bigger. Like, so you see even more of a bigger picture, and you see the church is surrounded by more houses, and these houses are all on top of a hill. And it's beautiful. Like, it's like luscious. Like, it's a beautiful scenery to see. And that was the vision. Okay? So during this time, I thought like I was going to go this way, she was going to go that way, and then God was going to bring us together. That's like what I was thinking in my vision. Now, God was like, hey. And then each year I thought after that, like probably up to maybe 2 years after that, I thought, no, I would say a year and a half, something like that, because I didn't go out, I didn't go to the clubs, I didn't do anything. I was isolated. God put me in the valley. I was already in the valley, but he put me in the valley to shake all that stuff. So like when I started hearing stuff about her from other people and all the stuff like that, when I heard it, I was like, oh, and I was like, I don't care. Like I got over it. And I realized like the stuff that God was trying. I didn't really understand what He was trying to do in my life, but I knew He had a plan for me. And that was really when our relationship started taking off and kicking in, like really started going, because he was doing stuff like, you know, and I'll recount him, at some point when he tells me to or whatever, but he was doing things that I was just amazed at. Oh, he would tell me, he was like, I'm about to do this. And I would be like, okay. And then it would happen, it would go down. And I was just like amazed. Like he was really like flexing. Like he wasn't not like, to me, like, because I had never seen anything like the stuff that he was doing, or things would happen, or people would come and say certain stuff that he say, or people would reveal themselves, or whatever. He would say, "This is going down." He would give me a dream. He'd give me he'd give me a vision, whatever, and he would confirm stuff. Like my discernment level, the wisdom, like that boot camp that I went through after that for 2 years. I went through a 2-year boot camp where it was just me by myself. It's probably one of my favorite times in my life. Um, where he, at the time, I actually really enjoyed it because I was by myself and I felt free. But if anybody else that looked at it, they're like, "How are you enjoying life?" But I was really enjoying life. Um, he told me to release that vision to you guys, but he told me not to say what it meant. Um, he said other people have had pieces of this vision. He said other people have had uh, similar types of visions that will be able to correlate. Uh, but one of the things he wanted me to say, this is a call for Joseph's uh, and Esther's. He said that, basically to ask for Solomon's wisdom, the discernment and stuff like that. He said, like, this is the time. He said that fasting, prayer, uh, get your T's crossed, your I's dotted, get everything in order, prepare. Because he said the time has come. The time has come. Like, it's go time. He's about to start doing some things. And he said, basically what he was telling me was that anybody that hears this, you take it to God and He'll let you know what it means for you. Because he hasn't even really broken down the whole thing to me, but he told me like now's the time. He's like, it's the wind. The wind is blowing now. So Joseph's, Esther's, get ready. Like it is not time to play around now. Now it's like anything he's told you to do, do it. Do it in faith and go. Just go. Just do it. But like I said, February 10th, 2010 is when I had this, and he's telling me to release it now. I wasn't ever planning on releasing this. This was just something between me and him that started my journey. I mean, really, my journey started when I was 5, when I started having dreams, but this was the kickoff when I got into adulthood, where he was like, okay, he's like, I finally got you to a place where you're willing to listen. And God will do that. He'll put you on your tail. But, yeah. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for any new subscribers. Thank you for the ones that held it down and kept it with me. I'm sorry I've been gone for a month. There's a lot of stuff he's wanted me to tell and speak on. So you're probably about to see a whole bunch of videos pop out as the next couple days unfold. But get ready, because he's blowing the wind for whatever's coming. That dark, ominous, evil one trying to do dumb things. God's about to show up and show out. Like, he's going to do it physically and he's going to do it spiritually. But people are about to see it, that what he's doing spiritually manifests in the physical. Like he talked about it, he's been talking about it, but now he's about to let it go ahead and walk out and start doing its thing. So stay prayed up, get your relationship stronger, tighter with the Lord, focus, see, hear, pray. Don't let any bad apples come ruin your apple. Nurture what he's giving you. Right? All right. Love y'all.